we got to go to the game of the week first. Could be the game of the year. Like we might end up in a situation that come 18, 17 weeks from now, we're still looking back at like, yeah, that was the best game of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Baltimore Ravens at Buffalo Bills, the last home opener at Highmark Stadium, the old Ralph Wilson Stadium before they opened their new stadium. Bills fans were jacked up, but it wasn't looking great for a while. But Josh Allen, man, you got a nuclear weapon like that at quarterback. All 20,000 of those fans that decide, let's beat the traffic. It's a Sunday night. We got work tomorrow.
Have a
They
little
missed
faith,
out.
like he said. Have a little faith, he said. Just have a little faith,
Have
Josh
to.
Allen put that team on his back, man. He put that team on his back, and he made it happen. And then that kick, like, what's his name? The kicker? That's like
Matt Prater. The old man.
Dude, apparently he took a red eye, arrived like the night before or whatever, and then now he's just kicking the game-winning field goal. So yeah, good for him. It was a great game, start to finish. I texted you. I said, put a fork on the Bills. The waffle is done or whatever I said. And as soon as I did that, Derrick Henry fumble happens, and I jinxed him. I jinxed the Ravens. But whatever. But it was a great game. It was a great game. The offense from the Ravens looked as incredible as always. Those two weapons, and Lamar and Henry, they just look great. Even though with that Henry fumble, that I'm sure it's hitting him up, because you saw it in his face. He was not happy. Like, he knew that was the catalyst. That was the turning point. That once that fumble happened, Buffalo took over. Josh Allen took advantage of it, and he just rallied his team behind him, and they made it happen. They got it done. And that was one of the best games I've ever seen in my life.
Well, that's the thing is, like, Derrick Henry, 18 carries, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, he's 31 years old. Monster. He averaged 9.4 yards a carry on 18 carries. And it's like he does what he does. When he was with the Titans, he did this, destroys the Buffalo Bills, and yet all of that, and it's all just, Derrick Henry fumbled, because it shifted the momentum entirely. That's the beauty of football. In celebrating the return of football, is like Lamar, an incredibly efficient day, 14 of 19, 73% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 144 passer rating. Derrick Henry ran all over the place. Lamar had 6 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown. And in the end, it was one play, completely swung everything. That was sort of a theme in at least a few games this weekend, but it's amazing how that works. And I had texted you at one point. I was like, this is a heavyweight fight. It's like, when you have like a trilogy of fights between two heavyweight fighters, and the first time they fight, it's kind of feeling each other out. The second time, it's like, okay, now I know what they do. Let me make adjustments, but the other guy's making adjustments. And the third time they fight, this was like the third time, the third match in a trilogy between two fighters, where it's just, we know what we're going to do. We know how we're going to adjust. So they just go out and just throw haymakers all over the place. And Josh Allen proved why he's the MVP. I said it from like week 5, week 6 last year. Josh Allen is the MVP, and he won it. Lamar had a case, but the Ravens roster is loaded, and the Bills less so. But like, this is why you pay your quarterback this much money, to elevate, to fill in those gaps. And I don't think anyone had questions about Josh Allen at this point in his career, but like, he's moved himself into where the conversation is he better than Mahomes? And he's got to beat him in the playoffs first to really cement that. But it's hard to argue anyone is better than Josh Allen.
With that said, though, do you think this is the year where they finally get it done? Do you think this is the year where the Josh Allen Buffalo Bills make it to the Super Bowl? I feel like it's due. I think it's overdue. I think like this might be it for them. I think this is the year where they actually get it done. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I think this is a year, if they continue to dominate, if they continue to show that grit, and they're able to continue to win games the way they beat the Ravens this past Sunday, I think this is a year where they're able to get it done and go to the Super Bowl. They have a good team. Josh Allen is a great quarterback. Like you said, He was the MVP for a good reason. He deserved it. He showcased why he deserved it in this game. So when you put all those pieces together and you show what he just did on Sunday night, if they're able to continue to do that same thing and everything goes well, they don't have injuries that are major that can cause problems down the line. I think this is a year where they're able to get back to the Super Bowl.
I mean, it's hard to count them out, but there's so many top tier teams in the AFC with these top tier quarterbacks. And like last year, the Bills, did the Bills beat the Ravens last? No, the Ravens beat the shit out of the Bills in the regular season, and then the Bills beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll flip, because you could say the same thing about the Ravens. Like, is this finally the year where they get over the hump? But I mean, I have money on the Bills, but because I always do. The first bet I place every offseason is Bills to win the Super Bowl. And thus far has not paid off. But I will say that I've had this weird feeling, and I get these like weird feelings, like when the Dolphins were the best team in the league a couple years ago, and I just had this feeling that they were going to go in the tank and the Bills were going to win the division, and it played out exactly how I felt it. I have this feeling this is finally going to be the year that Josh Allen gets hurt, just because he plays so physical. He runs so hard.
He's a big guy, though. He's strong. I think he's strong enough to keep himself from getting injured.
But all it takes is someone just falling into your knee the wrong way. I'm not trying to wish it on them. Maybe in the back of my mind I was when Diggs was on the team, because I will always have some kind of animosity towards Stephon Diggs until we win the Super Bowl. No, he's on the Patriots.
Ugh, no wonder they lost.
Yeah, but like, I wouldn't wish this on the Bills. I love the Bills. The Bills are a sister team to the Vikings and just misery. But I don't know. I just had this weird feeling, and just so often people are talking about the Bills, and I just catch these little comments of like, as long as Josh Allen stays healthy, and it's said in a very like innocuous sort of in passing way, but I fixate on them. Like, I don't know. I just feel something in the air. I hope not, because I love watching them, and I want to, even if they don't get to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl, I want to see them beat the Chiefs. I just do. I want to see them get over that hump. And this could be the year they get the 1 seed, because they have the Chiefs have a very tough schedule. They play in a very tough division. The Ravens play in a tough division. The Bills have an easier schedule than those guys. They already got a leg up on the Ravens and the Chiefs now. So I think you want to have it to go through Buffalo. If it's snowing in fucking late January in Buffalo in a championship game, Patrick Mahomes ain't going in there and getting it.
Listen. If they are able to do that, Buffalo Bills are able to close out that stadium with home playoff games and then make it to the Super Bowl. That's poetry in motion. That's just beautiful writing. That it will be perfect for them to be able to just close out that stadium. This is our last season. We're making it to the playoffs. We're the 1 seed. We got home games. We got the first bye. And then they make it to the Super Bowl. That's just like the best swan song that stadium can have.
Yeah.
But they're not going to win the Super Bowl.
Well, I assume I know who you're talking about. We'll get there in a minute. A couple other quick things I wanted to say on this game. Keon Coleman looked good. He had over 100 yards. He looks like he might take a step in year 2. I believe he only had 29 catches last year as a rookie, and then he had 8 in the first game. Plus that touchdown on the deflection was very nice. So hopefully for them, he's turning the corner.
Good stuff from the start. That's what I'm gonna say. He that touchdown catch was insane. I thought that was down on the floor, but he got it. Yeah.
It's just good heads up football, like to be able to adjust, because he's running his route thinking about the ball coming to him, and you got to like in a split second realize, oh shit. So hopefully he's turning. Keon Coleman is a very likable guy. He's a very memeable guy. He seems like a good dude. So, and the Bills need that new number 1 receiver. They don't need it because Josh Allen makes everybody better, but it helps to have it, especially when you're not paying.
They need a face. They just need a face in that receiver room.
Yeah.
That's just it. Every team needs at least one face in each position that takes them to the next level, and maybe he's that guy.
The other thing about this game is, and I said it to you. You say it all the time. It's the Ravens are gonna Raven, and it's just 3, maybe 4 times a year they're gonna have a lead late in the fourth quarter, and they're just gonna fuck it up somehow. I don't know why. In this case, I think, and I hate this. Teams do this. I've watched football for over 20 years, and I don't understand why. You're playing defense. You're playing in an effective manner. You're holding a guy like Josh Allen. He's playing well, but not like at a nuclear level. And then you just get conservative and you're playing soft cover two, and they just pick you apart. And then on offense, like it's just run, run. We got to run the clock down. It's like, no, get a first down. You can run here and run off 40 seconds, or you can go try and get a first down, and then you can run 2 minutes off the clock. Lamar, like I said, he's having a super efficient day. He completed like 74% of his passes, whatever it was, 73.68%. Like, you got to trust the guy. Don't be conservative. Play the way you've been playing.
Running the clock down to what, like 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter? Come on. It's that's not a good strategy. I'm sorry, it's not. You can try it, but it's not going to help you at all. You're giving a lot of time to these players to actually make a move defensively for you to, fuck up or at least make a mistake that will cost you. Like what happened? They got that forced fumble, and that's it. That was it. There's no clock to run down anymore. You just got to worry now about the team not scoring on your defense, and unfortunately, they did multiple times in those 10 minutes. They just ran over your defense.
We talk about the football gods. We talk about the football gods a lot on this show, and that's like one of the quickest ways to I don't want to say piss off the football gods, but make them kind of turn their luck on you. Is you're playing great, and then you just start playing soft and conservative, and like just trying to get out of the game. Like you want to run the clock, but it's unless you're inside 2 minutes, like you pass the ball. Don't throw it all over the place, but you got to have some balance. If you're just running, they're going to sell out to stop the run, and it's going to slow everything down in a bad way. It's just I hate when teams do this. I don't know if this is always why the Ravens raven and blow some of these games, but it's a pattern that their defense plays lights out, and then they start playing soft cover two. And cover two might have worked 20 years ago, 25 years ago. It's at this point a situational tactic to be deployed. But if you're just running cover two, especially with the reigning, defending MVP of the National Football League, they're going to pick apart cover two. It is not difficult to sit back and run route concepts to pick apart cover two. Like it's not the move. It's not the move.
It's 2 years in a row where the Ravens get a heartbreaking game to start the season. So we'll see where this takes them. We'll see. Last season, they were able to get done and get back to the playoffs. So we'll see how this season goes for them. But, 2 years back-to-back, heartbreaking losses on week one. First with the Chiefs, that call about the inches of the foot on the line, whatever. And then this year, just letting their defense not working for them and Josh Allen just running through them. So we'll see what happens this season.
Football head!